Look at your screen right now. Full sweep. I mean, just full sweep of the boxing card that happened yesterday. Let's talk about Haney though, cause talk is cheap, and a lot of y'all, a lot of y'all were talking mad shit. I posted this video on Parlay for Parlay. It'll be the first link in the description. It's like a betting channel, with me and some of the bros. We give out picks. So whenever I don't have time to make a main channel video, y'all are probably gonna see a video on this channel. So first link in the description. This is my only sponsor. I got no other sponsors. All right, so go subscribe. But I made this video, 10-minute video, explaining why Devin Haney was gonna win. I made this the morning of fight day. And I just explained, Devin Haney, the way he was brought up in TMT, everything that he's been through in his career, all the experience, it's just gonna lead up to this. But one thing that did by my side into Devin Haney was actually this video right here. And usually I don't look at like training videos or all that to do my breakdowns or to come up with a winner. I usually look at previous fights, and I noticed in a lot of Norman's previous fights there was problems with his opponents, staying in the pocket and fighting with him. And I knew this was going to be a boxing match. But let's look at I think the number one problem Norman had Saturday night was his defense. And this was the first thing I noticed in watching this video. This was the open workout video. And I'm noticing, like, every time he goes and plants his feet to throw, maybe a combo, he's moving his head here. But when he's active, throwing his feet, throwing his hands, planting his feet, there's no head movement. No head movement. And I noticed that early on. And then I watch his fights, and I'm seeing the no contest round 3 that got stopped in round 3, and he's losing that fight. He got knocked down in the first. And I'm like, yeah. Devin Haney got this in the bag. And Devin Haney called it. Let's play this.
Hey, what if I put you down?
He can't.
I can't.
Boy, you ain't got nothing in them gloves.
Remember this day. Remember this day.
Hey, I remembered. Amazing check hook. Amazing check hook. Stumbles him. Then we go hook overhand right there. And his head is on the center line this whole clip. His whole clip, his head is on the center line. Brian Norman wasn't a power puncher. He was a fighter. He wasn't a boxer. And that's what I was trying to tell people in this video right here that I posted on Parlay for Parlay. Go check it out. First link in the description. Look at these fucking comments. Let's go to these comments. I think the complete opposite. I see it clearly in Norman's favor. Facts, bro. Facts, bro. Complete opposite. You lost me as soon as you said let's talk about how Devin Haney was brought up. I guess I was wrong though. I guess Devin Haney wasn't brought up in TMT gym, and he didn't spar the best of the best at that time, coming up in 135. He didn't spar Tank in front of a full gym with Floyd Mayweather. I guess we're just going to discard that. Like, what are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? And, bro, the media on Norman was insane, bro. Y'all have never heard of Brian Norman Jr. in your life. And then all of a sudden, he's this great, amazing technical boxer who's going to come and smash Devin Haney. Like, I was so lost on how it was so heavy on Brian Norman, how the media was so heavy on Brian Norman, how the public was on Brian Norman. The odds were pick'em odds, but Devin Haney was the underdog. I don't give a fuck. Devin Haney was the significant underdog. Looking at this clip here, y'all would watch these interviews with Showtime Biz and Brian Norman.
Straight to the bottom. Oh, he done. He took the bait. He done did it.
Y'all will watch these interviews with Brian Norman and Showtime Biz. Oh my God, he talks like Roy Jones Jr. Well, he don't box like Roy Jones Jr. He don't box like Roy Jones Jr. What a performance by Devin Haney. Did everything that I knew he was gonna do. Did everything I know he was capable of doing. When you put someone like this in front of Devin Haney, he's going to do what he needs to do. And he did it with Regis Prograis going up to 140, right? No doubt in my mind he was going to do it to Brian Norman at 147 going up in weight. You saw actually the power transferred. And it's crazy now. I'm seeing people saying that Haney might be on PEDs. What happened between between Friday night and Saturday night that made people from Devin Haney had no power to now he's on PEDs. Is bro, it's insane. The switch up is insane. Brian Norman, I thought you were gonna come better. I thought you were gonna come better. You came worse than I thought. You came out very flat on your feet. Came out not cutting the ring. You came out, although I did expect you to come out clinching a lot. And Brian Norman isn't a counterpuncher. That was the thing. That was the main thing as well. No defense for me and no counterpunching. And I feel like if you can't do that against someone like Devin Haney, who's super fast, super good ring control, super disciplined, you're just not gonna win. You're not gonna win. And Brian Norman, hey, had some good interviews, I guess, but that performance, I would be definitely I don't know. I would be mad at myself if I'm you, Brian Norman, because you knew what Devin Haney was gonna bring. The people were telling you Devin Haney has better footwork. He's gonna run around the ring. He's gonna jab you to death, and he literally did all those three things, and you had months to know this. I mean, yeah, but I want to talk about people writing people off though, because Brian Norman shouldn't be written off, right? You know, you take wins and losses. It's his first win in his career. He's only 24 years old. That was another thing going into like the Devin Haney situation. Devin Haney was only 27 coming off of 2 bad performances. And people were writing him off saying he's done. He's never going to be shit. The dude is 27. When are we writing people off? Let's go back to these records real quick. Because I think why people picked Brian Norman Jr. was because they saw the impressive 28-0, multiple knockouts, 24 knockouts, consecutive knockouts, the Jin Saki knockout. And I think people think automatically they go, well, no, this guy's going to win. Obviously, he's never lost before. Y'all have to stop looking at records. Y'all have to stop looking at records. That's one of the main things I don't look at when I'm doing boxing breakdowns and I'm breaking down these fights for hours on end and looking at past fights from fucking 2022 on a Chinese broadcast. I'm not looking at the people's records. I'm looking at how they box. The way I saw Brian Norman boxed, he was good for 28-0, but he wasn't as technical. We could even go resume for resume. I mean, Brian Norman's resume doesn't even match up to the type of resume Devin Haney had or has. And it was just insane to me, the fact that people were really on Brian Norman to go get this knockout. I would say he was very dangerous. He's a dangerous opponent. So, yeah, I get people were scared that Haney was going to get knocked out, but to outbox him for 12 rounds? For 12 rounds? I gave Brian Norman's a puncher's chance, and that's it. But anyone has that. So, yeah, this genuinely was just crazy to me, that people were on Brian Norman. And the fight went exactly how I thought the fight would go. Decision. I knew Devin Haney, I actually probably could hurt him. I literally put in my Tapology, like, for Devin Haney to win by TKO KO in the 10th round. He didn't get it in the 10th round, but he got the knockdown way earlier than I thought. In the second round, and it was just a beautiful setup. You saw Devin Haney come in with frames. You saw him come in with check hooks. You saw him come in with a beautiful jab, beautiful ring control, beautiful pivots, and even like in the clinches, knowing that Brian Norman was going to clinch a lot to try to close that distance and stay there. He clinched up first and was able to pivot him the other way. Just beautiful. You saw the technical things from Devin Haney, the shit that Devin Haney fucking knew in the gym since 12 years old. Like, this dude's, I hate to say it because I'm a Devin Haney hater, but this dude's not bad. He's technical. Like, it's kind of crazy how all the hate came from the Ryan Garcia fight and how fast fans switching up is so crazy. But it is good to see Devin Haney win again, because I'm not gonna lie, I like Devin Haney. I just didn't like his dad. I'm gonna be honest. I never liked his dad. That's why I didn't like Devin. But I like Devin Haney, bro.
All the doubters, I showed that. I proved all the doubters and the non-believers wrong.
And now you're a three-weight champion. Do you feel like you should be in the discussion of best pound for pound?
Of course. I was on the pound for pound list before. Then I was cheated. And now I came back to get, what I lost.
Yeah, good redemption, bro. Good redemption from Devin Haney. This is a crazy image right here. But yeah, just a great redemption. Just want to do a little recap. Let's actually go back to these comments, cause bro, this is shit. This shit is so funny. Go subscribe to Parlay for Parlay. Last time I'm gonna say it. But these comments are so funny. Haney about to get slept. I was dead wrong. At least you came back and admitted you were wrong. You know, at least you came back and admitted. He said I got my money on Haney losing. Well, he lost. That's money that's never coming back to you. That's a fact. Literally. This is a comment for me specifically. This exactly how dudes talk who never did combat sports and just watch. Definitely sleeping on Brian Norman. Haney ain't nothing special. Yeah, bro, I was sleeping on Brian Norman. Hella, bro. Hella. I have no idea what I'm talking about, and I was just completely wrong. I hate fucking comments like that, because that dude, I wanted that dude specifically to come back. Just see. I just wanted to see what he would type, but he didn't type anything. I just thought these comments were funny, bro. Haney going to run and lose a decision and throw no punches like the last fight. I replied to this one. I said, unanimous is crazy. Unanimous is crazy. What a performance by Devin Haney. What a card. What a card, bro. We got to have more cards like this in boxing. This was great. Jesse Rodriguez KO. Abdullah Mason. That was a good fight, too. A little tit-for-tat type of fight with Sam Noakes. We had the Devin fight and then David Benavidez right after. So just a great fucking card. Amazing boxing card. Swept the card. Go subscribe to Parlay for Parlay. Last time I'm going to say it. If you want to make bread, first link in the description. It's that simple. But yeah, I love y'all. Like this video. And more videos soon. I'm going to do some more recaps today. And yeah. Yeah, man. I will never forget. I will never forget. I just want to, before I end the video off, I will never forget you guys comparing Brian Norman to Roy Jones. That shit was hilarious to me. I think when I seen that comment, like, I think it was like in the beginning of the week, I think I was like, yeah, he's going to lose. Roy Jones, bro. We haven't heard about this dude since Jisasaki, and Roy Jones is getting brought up. Why is Roy Jones in conversation? It's kind of disrespectful to Roy Jones, to be honest. But yeah, Brian Norman, go ahead and recover. Devin Haney would have win. All right. Peace.